Hey, what's going on, phone dogs? Beau HD here, and the setup behind me took way longer to set up than anticipated, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. You see, I had most of the components, but I was missing the fundamental piece of the project, and that was the desk. The desk is so important because its appearance and material largely dictates the overall theme of the setup. The cork desk setup I had before this had a very earthy, light look to it, so I wanted something that contrasted with that. I also wanted to keep costs down as much as possible. I went to IKEA, I got halfway through the maze, and I fell in love with the Carlby countertop. Now, every YouTuber and their mom have an IKEA tabletop desk, so I decided to buy an IKEA countertop and convert it into a desk. As I was leaving, my girlfriend actually decided to swing by the returns section to see if there were any sweet deals. Lo and behold, the exact Carlby countertop was there in mint condition for half off, around $75. It was just meant to be. Long story short, I went ahead and purchased it along with 5 silver desk legs you can find in the office section of IKEA. The dark walnut wood and silver legs gave me a look or theme to try and stick to. By the way, I will include a link to everything mentioned in this video down below in the description. The star of the show is the BenQ 35-inch QHD curved monitor that supports HDR10 and AMD's FreeSync technology. It has a silver metallic base that can be lowered and raised about a foot depending on your liking. There's a very good selection of ports to take advantage of, as well as a hole for cable management. We have multiple HDMI ports, a display port, USB 3.1 ports, and a USB-C port, which I have actually used to connect to my 2017 15-inch MacBook Pro. The only problem I found is that while this port does provide some power to my MacBook, it doesn't provide enough to keep the MacBook and the display powered up, especially when editing videos or playing games. So you will need to plug in a separate USB charging cable with a recommended 87 watt power adapter. Also, while you can raise and lower the monitor about 6 inches or so, you can't tilt it as much to get the best viewing angle. And the little sensor below the BenQ logo, it does detect ambient light and adjust the brightness of the display accordingly. So that's pretty neat. You also have these controls on the bottom of the monitor that lets you adjust various things like picture modes, which include sRGB and HDR modes. Another big perk of this monitor are the ultra slim bezels, designs that you can place 2 or more EX3501R monitors side by side for a more immersive experience. Just make sure you have a super large desk. Now, I can't say enough good things about the looks of this monitor. Picture quality is outstanding as it uses a VA panel that has an excellent 2500:1 contrast ratio for those deep inky blacks. The brightness, it peaks out at 300 nits, which is a little bit low for monitors, but it was plenty for me. I actually had the brightness on its lowest setting like 95% of the time that I used it. If you're a gamer, you're probably gonna love AMD's FreeSync technology that is included with this monitor to help games run super smooth and chop-free with better frame rates. Just keep in mind that you do need to have an AMD graphics card to take advantage of this feature. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't hook up a gaming PC to this monitor. I don't do a lot of gaming, but one of the reasons why this setup is called Work and Play is because this monitor allows for both. Games will look great. You can also get some, video editing done and so on and be productive and get work done. Now, one thing I do wanna mention for the gamers is that the 100 Hz refresh rate is a little bit lower than the 140 Hz refresh rate from the previous model, but I think it's still pretty darn good. The price of $799 might dissuade some users, but it's a great widescreen monitor that would be a great centerpiece for your setup, as it looks great on a desk and can handle games, video editing, media consumption, the list goes on and on. Now, you might have noticed a little something extra on top of the monitor. This is the BenQ screen bar, and it's an LED task lamp that illuminates your desk. So whether you're using your desk to read and write documents, or would just like to see your keyboard, you can use this lamp to lighten up your area. It features auto dimming and is powered by a USB I've used this screen bar for several months. I've included it in a Best Tech video. It's a pretty neat product. You will see that it lights up my Matthias wireless aluminum keyboard. There aren't a lot of high quality wireless aluminum keyboards out there that aren't from Apple, so I was pretty happy when I found this one. It comes in space gray and it uses Bluetooth to keep things wireless. The battery lasts a surprisingly long time. It says it can last 1 year before needing to be recharged, but I haven't quite been able to test that claim. You can switch between 4 devices, and best of all, the keys don't suck. There's not a ton of travel, but if you're used to an Apple Magic Keyboard or something similar, you should have no problem typing on this one. It costs about $120 and can be purchased from my friends over at Mercanet Electronics. I'll place a link down below. Next to it, I'm using the Logitech MX Master Mouse and the Grove Made leather and walnut mouse pad that keeps with the dark theme I have with this setup. There's also a Grove Made walnut MacBook dock that holds my 2017 MacBook Pro. It's not the most snug of a fit as it's made for the MacBook Air, but hey, I've made it work. In the near future, I do want to get a more seamless docking solution where I can just plug and play. I don't want to have to fumble around with cables each time I connect the computer. Another big star of the show are the Audio Engine A5 Plus wireless speakers. So these are marketed as wireless speakers with the aptX HD codec built in that allows you to stream high quality 24-bit audio. But with speakers of this magnitude, I feel like you just have to connect them with some sort of audio cable to just do them justice. So that's exactly what I did. They feature Kevlar woofers, silk dome tweeters, and cabinets that are hand-built from wood. Long story short, they sound incredibly clean and natural without any overly inflated lows out of the box. If you want bass-heavy speakers, these probably won't be the speakers for you. However, you can add a dedicated subwoofer. These are really meant for the music enthusiasts who are looking for a sound near to the originally recorded music. They do cost around $400 and come in a black, white, and bamboo finish to match your setup. Some other things that I do want to mention are some IKEA products. So the picture on the wall wasn't intended for this setup, but I actually really like the dark, moody colors. The fake plant that everyone seems to have in their setup adds a splash of color, and it pairs pretty well with the painting and the wallpaper I have. This light features a LifeX smart bulb, so it can change colors. It's from the Cinderlig collection at IKEA. I'm not sure if they sell it anymore, but I'll link it down below in case they do. As for the chair, I'm just using this IKEA dark cork stool for the time being until I get something a little bit more comfortable. So this is one of my main setups that I actually use on a daily basis, assembled with stuff companies sent me, as well as products that I have purchased myself. It's a work in progress, as all real setups are, and I'm just curious to hear your thoughts of it in a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that it lets me know you might want to see more like it in the future. As always, I'm Beau HD from PhoneDog.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.